Hello everybody. Today I am going to teach linear search. So this is one of the searching techniques where we are going to search for an element throughout the list until the element is found. So it is also called as sequential search. It is one of the simplest searching algorithm. So we are going to search linearly, that is why the name linear search. So example, let us take some elements, say 13, 26, 6, 40, any elements. So it need not be in any order. So let this be in, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. So think that I want to search some element 15. Okay, I want to search an element 15. Now how to search using linear search? So what we have to do it is, so our search element is 15. So we have to search in this list whether that particular element is present or not. In order to perform the search, we have to start from the beginning. We have to compare this key element 15 with 13. If it matches, then we can say that element is present. If it does not match, then we have to compare the key element with the next element. So here again it does not match. So again compare with the next element. Again it does not match. Again compare the key element 15 with 40. So it does not match. So again go with the next element. 15 has to be compared with the next element. So again 15 does not match with 20. So we can check with the next element. Now 15 matches with the element present here. So we can tell that the search element is found. Okay. So this is the idea of linear search. So this can be done until the array elements are present or until the list ends. So in case the element is found, we are going to tell that the element is found in this particular place. In case it is not found, then we have to search throughout the list or the array elements, and once the end is reached, we can decide that the element is not present in case it does not match. So let us know how to make use of one-dimensional array and do it. Okay. So first, in order to do it, we can make use of the concept of array. Okay. So let us store these elements in an array. Say array A is there. Okay. So let us store all these elements in it. So how to access 13 in the array A? How to access it? It is through the index, right? So index. So index is always the array. By default, it starts from the index 0. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 7 elements are there. So it starts from 0 until 6. Now our key element is 15. So in order to search, what we can do it is, we can access this 13 by telling A of 0. So we have to tell if A of 0 is equal to the key element, that is nothing but 13. Is it equal to 15? We have to check. No means we have to increment, that is we have to go to the next position. So we are supposed to increment the value of I, right? So initially I is 0 here. So I should get to 1. So what we can do it is, we can make use of the concept of for loop. So what we can write it is, for I is equal to 0 till where we have to do? Till the end of the, till the array, right? So we can write till I is less than n, or we can just write I is less than n. Keep incrementing each time, we can see. So now I will become 1, right? So next element 28. So tell A of 1 is equal to key. Check whether a of 1 is equal to the key. So what is a of 1? 28. Is it equal to 15? No. So again I will be incremented. Okay, I will be incremented. So 2 is less than 6. So what will happen? A of 2 will be compared with again the next element, right? If a of 2, what is a of 2? That is 6. Okay, is 6 equal to 15? No. So I will be incremented to 3. So 3 is now still less than n. N is our what is that? 7, right? So a of 3 will be compared with the key. What is a of 3 now? 40. 40 will be compared with 15. Is it equal? Not equal, right? These are not equal. So again I will be incremented to 4. So the element now is 40. Element, that is a of 4, I can tell. A of 4, whether it is equal to the key. A of 4 is what? 20. A of 4 is 20, right? So is 20, is it equal to 15? We have to compare. Now still it is not equal. I will be incremented to 5. So what is there in a of 5? That is a of 5 is nothing but 15. Now 15 is equal to 15. So what we can write it as? So we can just print that this is element is present in this particular position, and we can come out of the loop. No need to search the other element. So once it is found, we can just come. So what can we write this condition in general? It can be written as if a of I is equal to the key, right? So this should be the condition, and this should be, all these things are happening, right? So this is the condition which is repeating, so it should be put inside the for loop, right? So now let us see how to write the program, right? How to write the program, let us check out. So we can start with hash include stdio.h, right? Then void main function. Then what we are required? What are the inputs required for this program? First we have to have the array. The inputs are what? First one, we require to have an array. Then so we can just first have the size. Decide what is the size, or the size of the array, or what are the number of elements we are going to read. That is nothing but n. Then we can have the array in which we can store the n elements. Then we require to have the key element to be searched, right? So these are the inputs required. That is, we have to read the how many elements we require, and the array elements, and then the key. So let us declare int. Let me take my size as n. Then array I require. So let me take some array of 20. That is, I can take up to 20 elements, right? Then key element I want. So key element I will tell, and then I have to check whether it is found or not. So I will just have one more variable called as flag. Okay, flag I can tell, and I can set it to 0 initially. And as I know I am making use of for loop, so one more index I require. Still any variables if we require, let us declare later on as we require. Now first thing is we have to read the number of elements. So in order to read, what is the interactive statement we have to write? Printf enter the number of elements, or size of the element we can say. Okay, scanf we are using %d. Why? Because it is integer, and we have to store it in where? In n. Okay, this is just a size we are going to read. Enter the number of elements or size of the array we can tell. Okay, now in order to enter the elements, what we are supposed to do? It is not one element we are going to read, more than one element. So we require to make use of the concept of for loop. So before for loop I can just write printf statement. Printf enter percentage D elements. So I can just tell how many elements I have to enter. So I can just write 7 elements or 8 elements. So since I have used percentage D, it will display enter 6 elements, 4 elements, like that. So I can make use of for loop here. I is been initialized to 0 till I is less than n. Okay, I plus plus what we're supposed to do, scanf. Okay, scanf percentage D. How to read the array elements? I have to tell ampersand A of I, right? Array elements, right? So by doing this, we are going to read all our array elements, right? So now we have got the size and we have got the array elements. What is the next thing we have to do? We have to read the key element to be searched. Printf enter the key element. So scanf percentage D ampersand key. Okay, then so now we got the size, array and the key element. Now we have to perform the searching, right? So for that we know that we are required to go through the array elements one by one. So we are going to make use of the for loop. For I is equal to 0 till I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, so what we can do, we have to write the condition. We have decided here that this is the condition, that we have to check that if A of I is equal to key, right? So I have to write it here as A of I have to compare with the key, right? So in case it is true, then what we have to do, we can just print that this element is found as this position. The key element, say percentage D, is found at percentage D position. I can print the position also. Now this is the key element, so argument I have to tell it as key, and this I am going to get it from I, right? I will key trap of it where it is, right? So I have to give I. Just if I print I, it will be printing the location. In this case, if I tell 15, it will be printing I as 5. But for us to read, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position. So because since the array starts from 0, if I print just I, it is going to give the position as 5. So what I have to do? I have to just write it as I plus 1 so that I will get the proper location. Now, once my elements is found, I will just print. I need not go through the rest of the element, that is remaining elements. So what I have to do? What is the, how can I come out of this loop? So already I have taught the unconditional branching statement. So what we can do it is, we can make use of break and we can just come out of this for loop, exit from the for loop. Okay, so in case think that my key element here it is 50. Okay, think that I've taken, this is the first case, my key element is 15. Now my second case, let me take my key element as 50. Now 50 will be compared to 13, it is not equal, and I will be incremented to next position. 50 will be compared to 28, again it is not equal, 50 is not equal to 28, I will be incremented to next position. 6 will be compared with 50, right? It is not equal, again it will not match with 40, 50 will not match with 20, 50 will not match with 15, 50 will not match with 25, right? So it is not matching, right? So until this last position we can do this, and then we can tell that it is unsuccessful search. Okay, so now we are written for the key element is found. For not found, what we can write it is, one more thing we have to do before, we can just set a flag here, one more variable, and then put your flag as 1. Okay, so that we have to indicate whether the element is found or not, right? So we can just take one more variable and set it as 1. Initially flag is being set to 0. So in case the key element is found, it will be set to 1. Okay. So in case the key element is not found, it will come out of the for loop. It will traverse throughout the for loop and come out, and we can write one more condition here. If the flag equals 0, what we can do? Printf key element not found. Okay, I can just write key element is not found. If I want, I can print it also, and then just close the main function. Okay, so what we did is we are trying to read n elements, okay, size, and we read the array elements, keys to be searched, okay, and we are using for loop to traverse the array linearly. So one by one element we are searching with the key element. Okay, so in case it is found, then the flag will be set to 1, and we are going to print the array that key element is found in this position, and we encounter the break. So what will break do? It will come out of the for loop. Okay, so break is used inside the looping construct, then break is going to come out of that particular loop. So once the key element is found, we are going to print it, and we are going to come out of the loop. Okay. In case my key element is not present in the list, then what happens? It will traverse throughout the for loop, and once the for loop fails, the control will come out of the for loop, and outside the for loop we have if condition. So the flag will be 0 since we have initialized it to 0 here. So if it is 0, we can just print a message that key element is not found. So this is your linear search. Thank you.